exceptional. It's about you and no one else. Tell your neighbor, tell yourself, I matter in the scheme of things. Tell yourself, I am in charge of my destiny. Say to yourself, I would like to see how excited you are today. Now, when quintessential Eunice, I like to call her, when she did a bit of introduction, she said, rep your country. I'd like to see all 15 countries present here. If you are here, you haven't stated, let it be known today. History is being made. This is 15 countries. The last cohort we had 8 countries, and now we are having 15 countries here. I would like every one of you to rep your country. Where are you joining me from? I'd like to know. Where are you joining me from? I'd like to see that in the chat. I'd like to know where you're joining me from. Okay? Beautiful. I see all of the flags and the country coming up. I like to see that. Now, can I have my audience on the screen? Let me have my audience on the screen. Welcome everyone to class. I would like to say all the time. Now, if you are excited, if you know this is equally going to be a career-changing moment for you, I would like you to represent or express yourself the best way you can. How excited, how ready you are to change your career, how ready you are to take charge of your destiny. I'd like to see either an emoji or your words saying and expressing how ready you are. This is a defining moment. The testimonies have been that it's a life-changing experience. I hope that's going to be your own portion today. The last cohort has been that. Will your cohort be that? If you are ready, I like to see all of that going on. Now, who is your coach? Who is your facilitator? My name is Jennifer already, and I'll be your facilitator for this event. But who am I? Do you know about me? Some of you probably must have seen me on social media. You must have read a story about me, one or two. But I'd like to share something with you today. Give me a few moments. I'd like to share all of my journey with you, my growth journey with you. This is who I am. Meet me in person. I do not want to give you the glorified CV, the CV that looks all very beautiful and throwing chaos into your mind. You are a customer service representative. You are a sales representative. So that means you are a service representative. But how? The journey is never tough. The journey is never easy, I beg your pardon. It's always rough and tough for those in service. But this is what I am here to share with you. My story. And I need you to be encouraged. I need you to draw strength. I need you to reach deep as I unveil all of the happenings to you. All right. So at the time I started, I was born into this very beautiful building you can see at the moment. I was born in there. I had 4 siblings, 5 kids raised by the mom in Delta State. I had all of my secondary, my nursery, all up until the university days, where I all of my school days literally from this house. And someone would say, how did you become this person that you are today? Well, growing up wasn't easy. It was always a case of survival. My mom was a teacher at the time, and with the little salary she had, of course, we're not even regular because they weren't even paying them monthly, right? She had to pick up other petty jobs just so she can put food on the table. I could see all of the pain and struggle she was going through. I was the second child, but I was the first daughter. So I knew the pain. Every night it was one form of tears or the other. But again, I wanted to grow up quickly. I wanted to end all of her sufferings. It was painful. I wanted to, all of the insult from the church group, from peers, from colleagues, it was unbearable. I needed to take that woman out of that pain. And I said to myself, the moment I get my first job, that's it. And after NYC, for those of you who don't understand what NYC is about, is a 1-year service you give to the motherland once you graduate. So I did my NYC and I got my first job, which is customer service. Now, this picture right here represents all of the moments. I could literally tell you what was going on behind every of these pictures. All right, so I got the first job, which was customer service job. Hey, then I thought, okay, my life will become easier. Then I know that it has its own demon. I had it very rough, and it was tough, literally, right? And as a customer service representative, I was treated badly, wrongly. considered the least in the scheme of things. I was perceived as being dismissible. So it means that every time you come to work, you're not even sure if you have a job. That was how bad it was. All right. My employer wasn't even letting me breathe. My colleagues made sure that I was living in hell on earth. And it was that bad. And then one day I said to myself, so every time I go to the bathroom, I cry and I come out, I tidy up, I go back to work, I work as though nothing has happened. I put all of that behind me just so that customers can be happy. And one day it was a lot, and I told myself, okay, customers can see my value, but my colleague, my immediate environment, my employer do not even recognize the worth that I carry. But I know myself, and I said to myself, my work would reveal my worth. That's exactly what I said to myself, and I kept at it. I kept focusing on customers. I was reading. Now, guess what? My colleagues were equally giving me their tasks to do. So they will throw all the junior and the junior ones, and even the senior ones. They all throw their tasks for me to execute. And I didn't really know how to do all of this. But if I don't do that, my head is going to be on the platter for a chop. So I just went on researching on how to do other people's job while they were asleep. So I kept gathering knowledge. If you look at my CV today, there's a lot that I have picked up. There's a lot of skills I have picked up, not because I intentionally sought out for those, but because I was faced with the challenge and I saw it as an opportunity. All right, so I gathered so much knowledge, and guess what? The first time we had our my first ever MPRO meeting in that organization, where we had to go to a hotel, and every head of department kept saying she is the star staff. The star staff. And I said to myself, it all paid off. Everything, all of the sleepless nights, all of the journey. Every weekend I would go to one tuition center gathering knowledge because I wanted to be knowledgeable about my product for the sake of my customers. They gave me the satisfaction, the reason to keep going on. Not my employer, not my colleague, but the satisfaction, the recommendation, the testimonials they were sending. One day my MD called me into his office and said, one Mr. UK sent a message and said, whoever Jennifer is, she is extraordinary. And I said to myself, well, my customer knows that, but you don't know that. But I said it in my heart because I can't tell my employer that. All right. And those were some of the moments that kept me going. I kept going, and I decided I was going to be successful. I kept at it. It wasn't easy. The salary was nothing to write home about, but here are we today. This is then. Every time you see me pick up the phone, there is always the brightness in my face. There's always that light and smile always in my face. And this is me now, telling people how to do it differently, how to be exceptional, to reap the reward of service. And all of these pictures you see today on your screen are events that have happened just this year. And I can't be in your city. For those of you in Kenya, I'll see you next month, because I'll be in Kenya next month for a speaking event. And I will equally be in South Africa for another event. Remember, I started the story and I said, this was where I grew up and this is me now. So there is hope. As hopeless as it may sound, as it may be, you are important. You can grow your career from this very unstructured industry that you found yourself. It is not the worst of it all. It is not the career purpose or the career path for commoners. No. For failures. No. I resurrected from all of that. I came out of all of the rubbles, and I am here today to share my story to inspire someone. All right, all of these have been guided by everything I do right from the very onset. I knew I wanted to impact someone. I knew I always like to make people happy around me. I knew I do not leave people the way they met me. There's always something different, and I have been all the while guided by these principles. My growth. For every time, everything I do, there has to be give. Now, G is for growth, I is for impact, V is for value, E is for excellence. I always will do more. I always will bring the highest of standard in everything I do. All right. And this is the reason the result is tangible. This is why I can say to you today, if you execute and understand your responsibilities, you will unlock its powers. Who are you? And this is, so the journey really started from very unpromising state, but here we are today. Now, these are some of the milestones that I have accomplished, right? I am a member of the Forbes Business Council. What does that tell you? It is not easy to get into that council. Someone internal needs to invite you. But aside that, there are also very stringent rules and conditions you have to meet. Service brought me in, so there is hope for you. All right, I'm also an exclusive trainer. So when I told that story of my background, someone saw it, and that's how I got an endorsement with the US. Tell your story. Do not be ashamed what your story is about. All right, so I am an exclusive trainer for NCSA in the US. So I am representing them here in Africa as an exclusive trainer. So if you want certification from them, you have to come through me so long as you are in Africa. All right, and some countries, professionals are reaching out already on this certification. I'm equally a member of the Chartered Management Institute, United Kingdom, a fellow of the West African Association of Customer Service Professionals, the face of Nigerian Customer Service Index, and equally a board member. I'm also, I got my MBA from the Coventry University, United Kingdom, and a portfolio manager from the International Faculty of Finance, United Kingdom. I'm a serial entrepreneur with businesses in Africa and also in Europe as well. I'm also the brainchild behind the 4 million free customer service training to Africans, an award-winning business consultant, also the owner of 2 prestigious apps. Some of you are already on the app, and your certificate will be given to you from the app. For those of you who are not on the app at the moment, please take a few minutes and go create your account. That's how you can get your certificate after this training. All right, a recognized recognition by the African Union for Jet Aid Tech. I'm also recognized by the AU for a technology, the tech industry. So you see, my skill are across various industries, and this all started with customer service and is still customer service. All right, I'm a global SCX speaker. Now, how did this all begin? Where would all of this start from? How did I start the journey? It all begins with you. Remember when I said to you during my story, reading my bio, and I said, for those of you who want the polished bio, you can request for it to read that off. All right. And I said to you, my work would reveal my worth. It all starts with you. You need to know what you carry. You need to know your worth. It is about self-awareness. My employer did not recognize it at the time. My colleague did not. They did not see me as someone who was valuable. But customers saw that. But above that, I knew what I carried. I knew I was different. I knew I was intelligent. I knew I could learn smart. I knew the values that I carry. I know that all of that, if I put to work, is going to be impactful. But he did not recognize that. But it didn't change the fact that it is about you. You need to recognize that you matter. You are the designer of you. You are the architect of your destiny. Who do you want to become that you will be proud of? Not anyone else. It's about you. Who do you want to become? Let's take a few moments, and this is the designing moment. This is the defining moment. This is the time where people align your aspiration to your destiny. I will need you to take a few moments and write down. Please do not let anything distract you at this point. This is how you get to align. Who do you aspire to become? Who do you want to become? Take a few moments and write that down as I take you on the journey. Because whatever you're putting down today, note the dates. It's about you. You design what you want to become in future. Begin to write that down and align those. I need you to write them down and align them. This is how people, when people say to us that it's a life-changing experience, when they say to us that it's a career-changing experience, this is exactly what it means. Take a few moments and write that down. Who you want to become. Who do you want to become? Okpeyemi, who do you want to become? Juliet, who do you want to become? Sarah, who do you want to become? Iwuze, Chidi, who do you want to become? Gloria, who do you want to become? Captain, who do you want to become? I hope that you have been able to take that down. For those of you who did write down something on your pad, can I see a show of hand on the screen? I'd like to see a show of hand on the screen. Raise your hand if you did write down something. Thank you. I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It is always a career changing experience, a life changing experience. From today is going to be different. It's going to be different. Can I see a show of hands? Please let me have the participants on the screen again. I like to see the show of hand. Don't stop. Keep it up. Keep it up. I like to see the show of hand. Kaide, thank you. Abiel, is that Abiel? Whatever. I know I might not get Amos. Thank you. I see Taiwo. Thank you. Zoe. Thank you. I see your hands up. Thank you for deciding to own and have and be in charge of your destiny. Precious, I see you. Thank you for the show of hands. Thank you. Keep them coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I see all of that coming up. Thank you. Keep them coming. Thank you. Amazing, 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 amazing. According to Zoo, who you are is at the core of what you offer. Service inclusive. Who you are is at the core of what you ever. And that's what Zoo said something. Say mastering others is strength, but mastering yourself is true power. My work would reveal my worth. Irrespective of what people say about you is inconsequential. You are in charge of your destiny. You decide, no one else. It's about you. But again, you just can't put words together. They will just be mere words. You need to understand what you carry. What is your makeup? It is until you get to that point to say, I am someone of this substance. This is who I am. I am an asset. I've always told myself that everyone I will come in contact with, I will leave you positively. I will leave an imprint with you. And it's always been an intention. And then Quintessential Eunice was introducing me and she said, she is the queen of intentionality. I have never seen anyone more intentional than I am. I dare to say that. All right? You need to be intentional of who you are. Carry yourself on a daily basis because no one can take that away from you. All right? So who you are is at the core of what you offer. Service inclusive. Service inclusive. You can't miss that. All right? Now, who are you? We are trying to define, we're trying to design you, we're trying to understand who you are at this point. And again, to do that, we need to look at certain factors: your life purpose, your career purpose, your values, your aspirations, your yearnings, your interests. We need to look at how all of that aligns together because that's what defines your personality. That's exactly what defines you as a person. So you as a person is not your hair. It is not your skin. It is not what you wear. And that is why today I can speak to anyone on the face of the earth because what I carry is uniquely mine. I speak and people listen. Why? It is who I am. It is not my color. I speak to every color and race. So my color is not a barrier. My skin color is not a barrier. My hair, whatever I wear is not. What they see through me is my value and my personality. And this is what I'm taking you on a journey on today. Look at the first thing, which is purpose. Let's take the first one. This is the umbrella. The purpose. What is your life purpose? For everyone on the face of the earth, there is a reason you are here. You need to ask yourself, what is that one thing I can't but keep doing? It might not be perfect. Some of us cannot figure that out sooner than others. All right, but it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you need to be aware. All right, so your life purpose, this is the imprint. What is the imprint you want to leave behind at the time you were born? You're no longer here. In the place of your employer's business, what imprints are you leaving behind? I cannot be forgotten in that same employer I told you the story about. I cannot be forgotten in that organization. Because before I left, I created something that was never done, still running in that organization. And I will always be the pioneer founder of that. When you leave a part of you behind, That's your imprint. So do not say, oh, because for instance, I can't give myself off your value, purpose, platform upon. It's the big picture. Every piece should fit in and make the picture clear better. So you don't have to figure it out from day one. All right, that's life purpose. You need to understand that. What is your purpose? My life is about impact. And me in customer service was a no-brainer. Because for every time I put a smile on the customer's face, I am making them live their happiest life ever with all of the ease and support. All right, so it's important we understand that. What about career? It is a vocation. From the past cohort, we found that even those in the religious circle, they come to the training because they want to understand how to serve their members. So we keep saying service should be a way of life. Service should be a way of life and not just a profession. That's how you can become exceptional. Let's remind ourselves, the reason we are here today is so we can become exceptional at what we do, whilst leveraging service to grow sales. All right, so igniting sales through service. But we need to understand what service is about, and it starts with you. For you to be able to serve, you must be at the core of what you offer. All right, so your career purpose, this is your vocation. It could be a calling, it could be whatever it is. It could be a profession, it could be a trade, you can be a business owner. And whatever that is, your career path, your career purpose must be a subset of your life purpose. It's important. Your career purpose must be a subset of your life purpose. This is how you find satisfaction. This is how you find fulfillment. For the times that my MD did not pay me well, for the time that my please everyone, can you mute at this time? Please, can we mute and no talk at this time? You are interrupting the music. This is a very serious meeting. It's about us, it's about life, it's about destiny. All right? And do not be so please do not mute. Do not unmute at this point, okay? So your career purpose, like I said, is a subset of your life purpose. This is how you find satisfaction. No one is going to pay you enough. No one is going to value you more than you would value yourself. No one is going to put you on that pedestal except you do that for yourself. So whatever job you find yourself doing now, you must find purpose in it. You must find satisfaction in it. You can't derive those from what your employer says to you and what your colleagues are doing. So it's important to understand that. Can I have my participant back on the screen? Values and your principles. What are your values? What are your principles? What are your principles? What are your values? Your values are your worth. They are your worth. They are standard upon which you cannot compromise. Someone like me, I am very big on integrity and knowledge. I can't lose those for anything in this world. All right, so your values are your standard that you cannot compromise as a person, irrespective of whatever the situation is. You stand by them. And your principles is a foundation upon which your values will thrive through. And guess what? Do you know the best decisions you would make are those that are centered around your values? The best decisions. So if I have two situations before me and I realize that one is going to compromise my integrity and one isn't going to compromise my integrity, I will go with the one that is in support of my value. And it will always turn out to be the best decisions you would have made. All right, so it's important that we understand what values and principles are. Values. All right. Now, what are your interests? Your interests, they are your hunger. The things you are interested in, what you hunger about, what you are hungry for. All right, your aspirations are your yearnings, who you want to become, what car you want to own, how many, what your yearnings, your inner yearnings, your desires, strongest desires. All right, those are your aspirations. And I asked you today, what did you write? And I hope you wrote what your innermost yearnings are, because they have energies that are very contagious. They align. If you can awaken your innermost aspirations, you can align them with your destiny and then work towards them, achieving them. All right, so your motivation, what are these? Motivation is the platform upon which all of your interests, when put to work, would achieve your desired results. All right, so this is what fuels you. This is what propels you. All right, it is what propels you towards your destiny, putting all of your interests, aspirations to work. This is the driver's seat. Okay, and I say to people, those who are exceptional, they are motivated differently. They don't see challenges. If I had seen my past situation as a challenge and I wallowed in that, I probably wouldn't be here speaking with you today. But I saw those as opportunities. My colleagues were throwing their time, see it as punishment. Though it was painful. It comes with sacrifice. But I rather turned that into something else, into a learning curve. And I got to a point in that organization and he was asking me, where best can I put you? Because they kept moving me from customer service to marketing to sales to business development to creating a whole completely new desk that never existed before. You become more. When you own challenges and look for the opportunities in those challenges, you open yourself up to more and you become more. All right, so please, if you have chosen the path of exceptionalism today, know that you cannot see challenges, but mindful, it is very painful. But there is a result. Now, I was listening to someone yesterday and the person said, your perspective of pain will determine the outcome after the pain. So how you fall to the ground, it is not the ground that is making it painful. It is where you are falling from and the fear that has accompanied that made it really, really painful. So do not be afraid to fall. But again, where are you falling from? What gaps do you have? All right, so it's important we understand this. Let's move real quick. Now, we know all of these principles, your values, your aspirations, your motivation, your personality, your career purpose, all of these, they form what we call your uniqueness. There is no two exact people on the face of the earth, even twins. All right, so it's important that we understand this, and also it's important we understand this and also hold them in high standards. No one can take that away from you. Should you allow someone take charge of that, you have given them a total control of your life. That can happen if you want to be exceptional, if you want to be successful. All right. Now we know when we wrote down, there were two questions at the time, and I said, who do you want to become that you will be proud of? And I said it's about you first. Now we understand us. We know that our personality has a role to play in living the life of fulfillment. But who do you want to become? All right? Who is that person? For all of us here, we want to become exceptional service representatives. So you are a sales rep, you are a customer service rep. It means that you are in the business of the customer. So you are a service representative. Now, who is a service representative? You are the customer service, you are the customer's assistant. So for those of you probably have taken my training before, you know that I don't do definitions. It's about the practicality. And every time you leave here, the moment you leave here, you are applying them immediately. Knowledge, the reward for knowledge is in the usage of knowledge. If you shelve knowledge, you will never get the reward. So should you want to share the testimony of those who the program has changed their life and changed their story, you need to implement immediately. All right. So who you are as a service representative, you are the customer personal assistant. And who is a personal assistant? Someone who is there to make life easy, to give all the support, to do everything for the boss. Customers are our boss, and I own that from a very long time. I recognized that early enough, and I said to myself, all right, I would turn my attention to customers. My employer does not recognize my worth just yet. In the meantime, I will focus on them, and they will send the message ahead of me in the way that will get my employer to listen. And it happened. All right, so you are the personal assistant. But aside that, for you to be exceptional at service, you must see yourself as the go-to guy. So as a service representative, either a sales rep or a customer service rep, you are the go-to guy for that customer. You are the guy the customer wants to call. Now, for every time you say to a customer say to you, that's my guy. What that means is you are the guy, someone to cry on. Sometimes they bring certain things to you that do not even concern you. They just want to speak to you. They want to hear your perspective. And then I could remember some years back, a customer was saying to me, if Jennifer can't fix it, no one can fix it. That's where you need to be. That's where you need to be. You need to be the go-to guy. But who are the go-to guys? The go-to guys are not the good guys. Good guy is okay. It's just okay.com. They are equally not the best guys. Best guys, it's okay, some sort okay. Guess who you are? As a sales representative, as a customer service representative, you are not the good guy. You are not the best guy. Guess what? You are the only guy. The only guy. This is where we all should aspire to become. For you to be exceptional, for you to make it in life, for you to create a fulfilling and a successful career, you must aim every single time to be the only guy. Now, imagine if everyone in the team is aiming to be the only guy in that organization. Service culture will be impeccable. So you must aim to be the only guy. Have you ever had customer comes and they pick up the phone and they call and you hear, oh, I'd like to speak to Christian. And the colleague will say, oh, Christian is not at work today. Her shift starts, or his shift starts the next day. And the customer will be like, okay, I'll wait. You wait? I'll wait. Because I want to speak to Christian. Christian is the only guy. You must aspire to be that. You must work hard to being the only guy. When you are the only guy, you cannot be ignored. You are like the lamp that is on the mountain, on the hills. You cannot be hidden because you are the only guy. Well, there are so many good guys. There are so many best guys. But when you are the only guy, you dictate the pace. You say it as you want it to happen. And then you'll be consulted. All right, let's move real quick. I hope we are having so much fun. And I hope that we're taking down so much. I hope it's a learning curve and we are learning and unlearning a lot of things today. Now, there are qualities of an exceptional service representative. What are these qualities? For you to be exceptional, you have all of them. All of them. All of them. I'm going to run all of these through by in the next few minutes. The first on the chart, on the pyramid, is you must have high emotional intelligence. And I said to you, every time I go to work, I will always go to the bathroom and then cry out my eyes, come back to the desk, as though nothing happened, tidy up and come back to the desk and start doing my work. You must have high emotional intelligence. I did not say have emotional intelligence. No, that's not enough. The standard with which you can put everything on the wrap. All of your emotions on the wrap. You sit on them. They don't matter at that point in time. Imagine you're going to the office and you're the very good guy, you're very punctual, you come to the place of work very early, and on this certain day it was really bad traffic, maybe a truck fell by the road, and you got to work 10 minutes late, and there you are, your HR is slamming at you. Why did you come to work late? The HR hasn't even asked you what happened. And the next minute, you're trying to settle down to get ready for customers, and they send you a memo to say, explain within 24 hours why disciplinary action should not be taken against you. That's enough to upset your day. And you can go on, I mean, it's okay to be upset. What the hell? I am always the first in this office. This is the first time in my 10 years. It's okay, it's understandable. But it has happened. And you are customers. So you need to put that aside. That doesn't count at that moment. All right? It doesn't matter. So your ability to put your emotion, no matter the circumstance, no matter the situation, put them on the wrap, makes you exceptional. It means that you are ready for the day. You put on a good smile. If you look at the picture that I shared earlier on, you find out that every time I'm on the phone, we're one of my most happiest moments. Because it's living life and living destiny. Someone said, if you enjoy what you do, you will stop working for the rest of your life. Right? And then the next quality of an exceptional customer service representative is the positive attitude. See, this is how you activate a good aura around you. This is having a good aura. When you put on a positive vibe to say, all right, all of my emotions are checked. I am ready to have the customer who is the first customer coming through the door, through the phone, through the emails. You will have that positivity around you. All right? This is bringing an aura that is contagious, where no one is like a bubble around you that no one can break through. They can't get to you, irrespective of what they throw at you. All right? And then the third is your upright personality, your courage. And how do you do that? You allow your values, the ones we've talked about, your values to shine through. So you have emotional intelligence in place. You have your positive aura around you. You have your values ready to serve the day for every customer that will come your path. All right. And then the next is flexibility and adaptability. Now you've been able to activate a good aura. Your personalities are upright. You have the ability to adapt. Whatever comes your way at that point in time, you are flexible enough to adapt to every situation. So no matter how bad the situation is, no matter how angry the customer is, so you are switching between a very happy customer to a very sad customer, back to happy, back to sad, back to not so happy. You are flexible. That's the quality, one of the qualities of an exceptional service representative. You are able to adapt. You run, you fall, you stand, you keep running. You adapt to the situation all through the day. Why? Emotional intelligence is in place. Your aura activated. Your upright personality is activated. Now you are able to adapt to situations that comes your way. All right? You are equally knowledgeable. So you must know, I kept saying that, I kept reading, I kept studying, I kept gathering knowledge, I was asking questions, I was going for trainings. All of that help you to serve the customer better because you are knowledgeable. People who are exceptional, you can't find them wanting. They are always seeking for more. What other ways can I serve customers? What other way can I improve self and improve my customer and improve my employer's business? And then once you are knowledgeable, your problem solving skill is impeccable. You are at excellent all the time because you are knowledgeable, because you've armed yourself with the tool that you require to solve whatever problem. So when the problems are coming to you, your brain is thinking, which am I using? All right. So you must be able to understand your employers. We'll talk about employers' business as we journey along Remember, this is about sales. We'll be talking about it. Very interesting. All right. The next quality on the pyramid is communication. Now you have emotional intelligence. You have positive oral around you. You have your upright personality in place and are well activated. You are flexible. You can adapt. You are knowledgeable. Your problem solving skill is activated. Communication will be good because you have everything. Your environment is suited. Where you are, your state of being is suited to communicate very well and effectively. For those of you who are following me on social media, you understand there was a series that I did on the 3 types of listening. Listening is the mother of communication, and communication is the mother of all skills. Now, but there are 3 ways to listen, and all 3 must be present every time you are communicating. Attentive listening, empathic listening, and effective listening. All right? So all 3 must be available. Now, you understand what are the qualities of an exceptional service representative. Then, what are the traits of people who are exceptional? I'm going to read out some of these, and I need you to tell me if you think I am that person. All right, so I'm putting myself on the I'm putting myself on out there now to tell you, judge me. All these things that I'm reading, say in the chat if truly you could sense I was any of these. All right. So one of the unique traits of people who are exceptional, they are resilient and they peak performance. They never give up. Do you think I am that person? Do you think you should be that person? Do you think you can be that person? It's a deciding moment. I told you the training is about. It's a life-changing experience. All right. They are resilient. They peak performance. Good. I see all of your response in the chat. Well done. They are resolute and focused. See, they have resolved to make it in this life. They have resolved. See, no matter your situation should not define where you are headed. It is not a representation of where you are going. Where you are going is what you have designed and what you are intentional. You'll be hearing this word all the time because I'm the queen of intentionality. You are intentional about achieving and how to achieving what you've designed. For some of you who are entrepreneurs, there's this program that I have, the entrepreneurial program, teaching you how to be a successful entrepreneur and working towards it. All right. Now, what other qualities do they have? They are determined. They are not easily swayed. They know where they are headed. All right. They are intentional and they are driven. Success drive them, growth drive them. Me, it's for how I want to be more. That's growth. It drives me all the time. All the time. Every single time my team can testify that I learn something, no matter how little I learn from them, I'm always excited. I'm like a kid in the candy store. Always excited. All right? They are equally motivated differently. I mentioned to you earlier, for those who are exceptional, they don't see challenges. They see opportunities in rare forms. Opportunity in rare forms. That's what they see. All right? They take on challenges. They keep serving over selling because you want to be more to people. The more you aspire to serve, the more you are doing it right. But the moment you put selling ahead of serving, you're doing it the wrong way, you will burn out, you'll be frustrated. Trust me, customers can frustrate. They will frustrate the hell out of you because the formula is not in the chronology as it should be. There is a pattern, and service is the right pattern to follow. We'll be looking at some of these if time allows. Now you understand the qualities of an exceptional service representative, SRO. And then you understand the traits you can find in them. They are determined, they are focused, they are resilient, they are resolute, they are driven, they are intentional. They peak performance. They do all of this. Another thing you will find about them is they are always happy. And that brings also smiling. And someone said to me, why do you always smile, Coach Jenny? I have served customers for over 20 years. I should be used to smiling all the time, right? Because it has become part and parcel of me. But again, every time we are told to smile, as CSROs, as SROs, you're going to make presentation before the customer. Every time you are told to smile, it is a requirement and a skill. It is not because you were told to do it. No. Every time you are told to smile, it is a state. It is not a state of your emotion or how you feel. Never. You are smiling because it is a skill that is required to be a sales rep and to be a customer service rep. It is a skill, it is a requirement for you to do your job. Let's look at some of this definition. I think I would like to define this. And smile, according to the dictionary, says smiling is a facial expression with the eyes brightening. So this is where what you are telling the customer. We'll be looking at the benefit of smiling a little while. So every time you smile, don't tell yourself, because I am not happy, I cannot smile. Who says that? And you don't have to fake it. It has to be real. And this is where emotional intelligence comes in. Because you've kept all of your sadness, your current reality aside. You're sitting on it. You know you have a job to do. You know someone, every time a customer is coming to you, you are their last resort. You are the go-to guy, remember? And the only guy. If you were the only guy, who else should they turn to? Then why would you not be ready for them? All right? So when you smile with your eyes bright in a good facial expression, you are saying to the customer, I am approachable. I am ready to serve you. All right? That's what you're saying to the customer. Now, do you know what smiling is? Smiling is an activator. It helps to activate your emotional intelligence. It is a catalyst. It quickens inside of you that innermost joy that is contagious by customers. So every time someone says to you again, every time someone sees you and you say, why are you smiling? You say, well, I'm only activating my innermost self. Smiling is my catalyst. Every time you go before a customer, assuming you are a sales representative and you are going to make a presentation, and unknowingly to you, the board members who you are presenting to or the management team you're presenting to, they just lost a huge contract. And there you are coming to present to them something that will cost them money. Of course, it's not going to be a palatable meeting. You can't see them smiling after losing a huge contract. They won't smile. But what do? You go into the room with all smiles. And you say to yourself, hi, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. It doesn't feel like you're having a good day, but I have something that will brighten up your day. Hi, my name is Jennifer Orode, and I'm taking you through this presentation, the solution I have brought for you. Now, when you are a salesperson, you do not sell products. Oh my God, I'm skipping. Let's move quickly. We'll talk about sales real quick. So smiling, it is not a state of your emotion. Rather, it is a requirement and a skill. You can't fake your skill. So you can't fake smiling because it will help you get ready for the day. It brings you before the customer. It helps you to activate your high emotional intelligence. I've said that before. It makes you appear friendly and approachable. And every customer wants to deal with people who are friendly. All right? I was the most preferred. And I don't think it's hard to believe. I was the most preferred. Customers will want to speak with me every single time. Imagine I pick up the phone and I say to you, hi, my name is Jennifer Orode, strategy and arbitrator. How can I help? It is always a state of excitement to speak with me. The one thing they always say to me is complimenting my voice. It is not because I have the best voice. No. My smile radiates. Every time my staff in the office and I'm asking them, send me a draft. And you send me a draft and I send it back and I say to you, put soul in this draft. Every time someone is reading from you, a customer is reading an email or you're picking up the phone or a customer is in front of you, let that smell be contagious. Transfer that to them. You see why you can't fake it? All right, there are some ethics in this organization, in this industry, that we must stand by. So as CSROs and as SROs, sales representative, you must know that your values, again, you must have integrity. Every customer wants to deal with people who can see through them, whose value can shine through. And that's why you hear customers say to people, oh, she's honest. He's honest. If not for anything, I just like his honesty. If not for anything, I like the fact that he's very loyal. He didn't speak bad of his employer. Every time you speak bad of your employer, it's not a good thing. Every time you speak bad of your employer, it's not a good thing. All right? They want to see that you are caring, that you're very genuine about the service you're offering. So when you are presenting or you're pitching to customers, you are not saying things that are not real or things that would not help them because you want to meet targets. You would lose that customer. You won't build relationships that are lasting. And as a sales rep or a customer service rep, lasting relationships are more beneficial to you than it is to your employer. So you're not doing yourself any good. All right? You must know that. They are very respectful. No matter how customers come to you, it is a projection. It is nothing personal. And that's what your positive aura does. It builds a bubble around you that pierces through. It protects you from whatever is coming before you. So it's not a case of, oh, she insulted me. That customer is very rude and then you'll be rude. No. Irrespective, it is not personal. They are only projecting themselves. It is a behavioral projection and it's not about you. We'll talk about that in a little while. Now, they are professional. See, you must carry yourself in the manner you want to be addressed. I could remember back then, still in that organization, I had one jacket, but I had multicolor camisoles. So singlet, I bought different colors and I wear one jacket, but wear different colors. And you think that I have something different one. But it's never like that. And I'll wear that my heel. I would like you to hear the sound. And this is the reason I am very used to wearing heels. I don't think you will ever catch me on flats, except in sneakers. All right. So it's your disposition, your courage, your value. All right. So these are some of the ethics. You must appear professional all the time. Now, I like this particular one, accountability. If you do not take anything from these ethics, you must know this. As service representative, you must be accountable. Accountability is owning your actions, owning your inactions, owning your decisions. But this is the most interesting part, owning your omissions. A customer has asked that you deliver 24 cartons of something, of a product, and you delivered 14. Whether or not it is you who took the other, you cannot say to the customer, oh, I'm sorry, it was my colleague. You can't do that. You own it for the organization. Remember, you are the only guy. At that point in time, you represent the entirety of the organization. Customers do not want to know. They do not want to hear. Only want to represent someone who is in charge and in control. By the time you start saying, oh, it is my colleague, you are failing at your role. You own your colleague's omission. Oh, I am so sorry, but at the time you are deciding who is not and who isn't, you're wasting time. And you cannot waste customer time. That is why I say to you, you are failing already at that job. All right? Now, this is another one. You must treat every customer as though you just met them. For every singular customer, you must treat them. Don't bring in familiarization. But that doesn't mean you keep asking Mr. John, oh, Mr. John, what is your name? When you know it's Mr. John, you can't do that. All right? But treat them as though you just met them. That's the control you put, such that you don't bring in familiarization, but that will breed contempt. All right? Now, when you carry out the ethics, you uphold the ethics of your industry, of your profession, you seem like a brand. You are branding yourself differently. You are telling the entirety of the world, no matter how bad people think or people look down on customer service rep or sales rep, I am different. Why? Because this is what the ethics of the profession help you do. They give you that courage. They activate the stoicism in you. You appear professional all the time, irrespective of the situation around you. All right, so that's what ethics does. Now we understand who we are. We've looked at the values. We know the customers. We know that there are ways we need to carry ourselves and values and traits we need to have. How do we communicate with customers? How do you communicate with customers? So this, we'll be looking at communication in right about now. Communication is an exchange of information, right? Via different medium. And then we have four type. We'll be looking at four type. Or some other school of thoughts would have that more than that. But we're looking at four. We have four type. We have the passive, we have the aggressive, we have the passive aggressive, and then we have the assertive. Passive people do not talk. All right? Their body language is they are softly spoken. They are like the underdog. For those of you who haven't got my book, I have a book that I wrote called The Customer You Had But Never Knew. I think the link is in the chat. Go grab the book. I gave a discount for this cohort. Every cohort, I give them their discount. Your discount, your cohort equally have a discount for the book. We talked about all of the conversation, how to communicate with customers' rights. All right? All of this in depth, what I'm about to share with you now. Now, these passive people, they bottle up energy that they could have released, and the danger of that at the point, what they are trying to prevent, when they eventually release all of those energies, is always catastrophe. It's always disastrous. All right, so you as a sales rep or as a customer service rep, you do not want to find yourself as a passive communicator where everything goes. You just, whether or not you just accept everything. No. It doesn't show that you're a professional. It doesn't confirm on you that you're an expert. It doesn't show that you are in control of the situation in your employer's organization. All right, so please don't be a passive communicator. An aggressive communicator, no, don't be here, please. These set of people, you can literally touch their communication, their body language, their voice, everything is touchable, is tangible. You don't want to be here. You don't want to be an aggressive communicator. Verbal communication and non-verbal are as loud as anything else. Please don't be here. Passive aggressive, you equally don't want to be here because your body language is a bit loud and then your spoken language is very subtle. No, don't be that. So when somebody said something to you, say, thank you, but you go, duh, with all your eyebrow raised. You don't want to be that person. That's sarcasm. All right, sarcasm lies a lot here under passive aggressive communicator. Now, the last is the assertive communicator. These are the people who understand what it means to serve. This is where you want to be. Their body language and their non-verbal and their vocal and non-vocal also speak in a subtle manner. So you are speaking to have a win-win conversation. You understand the opinion of the customer and you also know your opinion and you know your rights. So you are communicating to have a balance. And that's why you can never tell a customer that they are not right. Customers are always right because it's their opinion. So if you understand assertive communication, you would know that it is waste of time to start debating who is right and who is wrong. You look for a win-win situation. The customer is complaining and telling you they are right and they are all very correct. You look for the solution to matching that, to diffusing the situation. And you are not in a court of law. So every time I hear, oh, customer always right, they are always right. Every time you ask me, I will say that. Why? Because it's their opinion. You have yours. All right, and as an assertive communicator, you bring the balance. So please, from today, when they ask you if a customer's right, please, it's always yes. C's in communication we'll be looking at. All right, the first is your conversation has to be clear. Don't hide information. All right, come out open. Give clarity to what you say. Let your customer understand what you're saying. Let them go with assumptions. All right, your information has to be correct. So what that means is you must at every point in time give out the right information. If you do not hold, tell the customer if it's okay for you to hold the line for a second, and then the colleague can come back. But you should always know. Always know. All right? Another conversation is concreteness. Your communication, your information has to be specific and logical to the situation. Specific to the situation. Please get that book. The next is you have to be concise. Don't say 12 words when you can say 10 or when you can say 6. And then be conscious. Always be respectful, of course. You have to be respectful all the time. And then be coherent. Use simple, don't use big grammar. All right? All of my conversations are always going to be simple. Do not use big grammar. And then have a complete information. Don't give haphazard information. Let your information communicate completeness in your conversation. All right, it's very important. Now, in as much as I said something the last few seconds ago, every time I tell my team member, do me a draft, and they send a draft, and I send it back, I say, there is no soul in this conversation or in this draft. What is soul in communication? This is the intonation, bringing emotion into how you write, into how you speak, and into how you address customers. And people say, are we in English class? No. But we're going to be looking at intonation in service, intonation in communication, how you bring emotion into communication, and this is what sets you apart. There are people you will do thank you to, or you will give a compliment and they just go, thank you. You might as well keep it. All right, let's look at how we can bring soul, how we can bring emotion into our conversation. This is intonation in service. And the first one we have there is the fall intonation. Now, these are used for appreciation. So a customer you just said the customer, and the customer is telling you, or you just made a very beautiful presentation, and the customer is saying to you, or the member from the management team is saying to you, oh, that was amazing. And you say to them, what would be your response? Thank you. You can say that. What you should say is, oh, thank you. Oh, or some of you who like to use the oh, thank you. Now your you must drop. The thank you, the you has to drop. All right, how you put emotion into your conversation. So please don't go saying thank you anymore to anyone, even your neighbors. All right, even the Uber guy that carries you and you get to your destination. When you're saying thank you, have a good day, please let there be an emotion in it. All right. Some of you will say Uber drivers are very rude. Well, you can be the very nice ones too. They also are having a bad day. All right. Everyone is your customer, whether or not they started paying, or whether or not you're giving them service. Make somebody's day brighter just because they carried you, just because they gave you a ride. All right. There's another word. There's what we call the rise intonation. Now, this intonation is used for answering questions or for sharing information. All right, so a customer is asking you, when is the promo ending? Or someone is asking you, the book for the Coach Jenny book that she mentioned, that she said is a discount. When is the discount ending? And a team member could respond with this. Instead of saying, oh, it's ending on Monday. No, don't do that. Or it's ending on Tuesday. Don't do that. So when you have a promotion that is on, you want to carry them on an emotional journey. This will get them to buy. Say, oh, the promotion is going to be on Monday. Remember, it's a rise intonation. It's used for sharing information, okay? So the promotion is going to end, is going to be on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and on Friday. So you are having, every time you're mentioning the days, you are increasing the pitch. It's on a rising pedestal. It's on a rising ladder. You are not dropping the tone. So it gets very exciting and playful. And they contact you. What gets customers to buy? It is the emotion. So if you are able to project into their emotion, you are able to buy, they are able to buy from you the things they do not need. According to Forbes, 45% of customers will keep buying if you personalize their experience, their experience with them or your service to them. And 40% of that will buy what they do not need. And you guys think you should not play the game of emotion? Play it. They want it. The life is hard enough. People are looking for every single moment they can get something of to brighten them up. So be a salesperson that brightens the life of customers, not just selling. The moment you go with the mindset of selling, you failed already. All right, let's continue. And then the third is the rise for intonation. This is where you want to be. All right, so someone is telling you, is giving you accolades. You've been very amazing. All right, or you are telling the customer. It could also be the reverse, right? Telling the customer, oh, you've been very patient. You've been an amazing customer. If all customers can be like you, I will be happy. You are simply amazing. Please, it's not English class, all right, but try and follow me the best you can. You are simply amazing. So it's a rise for intonation. Use that intonation to appreciate customers. They've sent you feedback, or you sent out a testimonial and they filled the form and they sent it back via email. Please put that in. You are simply amazing. They will keep giving you testimonials every time you send and feedback. All right, so this is the recommended for every sales or service representative. Please, let's not forget to put soul in our conversation. There's one more thing I would like to share with us. There are two words that are very polite. The use of please and the use of kindly. They're polite words. Kindly help me do that. Please help me. They're all both polite words. But how do you use them? A lot of us use them wrongly. Instantaneous, whilst the other is futuristic, no matter how near the future is. All right, so if you are speaking to a customer and you just ended the service and you want an instant feedback, of course feedback are what you get immediately. Testimonials are after the usage of your product, and then feedback are from the service they've received. And you want to get feedback, use the word please. Please, could you rate me by touching the screen on the side? For some of this organization, they have a feedback mechanism collection center. It could be a screen. They could just tap on it. All right, and the customer will go, oh, sure. All right, but if you use it wrongly, if you say kindly, could you, kindly is prolonging it. Some customers are very knowledgeable. All right, kindly is used when you don't expect the feedback to be now, but you want to create an access to come back to them again. So every time you use the word please, it is an informal, formal way of conversing. But when you are using the word kindly, you are creating a part to say, I would reach back to you for that testimonial and don't see me as a nuisance. All right? Kindly, or you could also be, there's another instance where you could say, could you kindly refer your friends? That can be immediate. All right. And then when you reach back to them to follow up on the conversation, so kindly create a path for follow up and you won't be seen as a nuisance. All right. Now we understand what customers are, how we should serve them. Now there are needs and there are wants. What are customer needs? There are psychological needs and there are the physiological needs. So these are the physical need and the emotional needs. As sales representative and as service representative, as CSROs, you must understand that every time a customer is presenting a need before you, it is about them. Either it's about these two things. Either they want to address a physical need or they want to address an emotional need. So you must know that. Now you understand need. I hope we are following. Please, I need to see chat in the box. Let me know if you're following. If you're following, please give me thumbs up on your screen. Let me know if you're following and it's been interesting. Thank you so much, Emerald, for that thumbs up. I am happy to see that. Thank you everyone. Thank you. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Now let's go into a bit into sales. This is the interesting part. This is the new part we've brought into this conversation. As a sales rep, as a customer service rep, I kept selling. I was selling from the desk. The very desk they told me was meant to be under the sun, that I'm not meant to be in their office. I did better than they who are claimed should be in the office because I became powerful. I got so much knowledge. I understood my employer's work and I leveraged service for sales. Every time a customer is calling me, I already know they are happy speaking with me. I kept introducing what would be beneficial to them. And every time they pick up the phone and they call, hi, this is Strategy and Arbitrage. My name is Jennifer already. Can I help? Every time I hear that voice, I say, okay, Jennifer, what do you have for me? What do you have? And when you understand that, you can leverage service and generate so much revenue. I was looking for, I couldn't lay my hands on the fly. There is the first check I got from that same organization that could not pay me good salary. At the time in 2008, 2009, 2008, because I started in late 2007, right? They gave me my first check from a sales that I generated as a sales rep. The deck should be outside. It was 125,000. 2008. As a sales rep, as a customer service rep. All right, so you can leverage that, and this is what I will be showing you right about now. What is service? Service is all of the activities you have designed to offer customers that would. All right, so Ibikule, you are distracting my class. These are designs, activities you have designed that you want to offer to customers to earn their loyalty, to earn their trust, and to generate revenue. So every time you are serving customers and you are not earning trust, you are not earning their loyalty, you are not generating revenue, you are failing. Ask yourself, will this end in all three? Will this end with all three of them? Will this customer keep coming back? When they come back, will they come back with more resources by virtue of what you did? All right, so that is service. All of the designed activities you have put in place, how you have decided to allow your values shine through, how people will want to speak to you more, speak to your employer's brand more, just because sorry, give me a minute. Just because they spoke with you. It's very important that you are of value to self, you are of value to your employer, and you are of value to customers. All right? Via service, you can achieve this. And this is why I say to every service representative, always earn the interaction, always earn customers' loyalty at every interaction. Most importantly, the first interaction, but subsequent interaction. Always end customer service, customer loyalty, first interaction and subsequent interaction. And this is why I said you have to treat every customer as though you just met them. Take familiarity out of the equation and keep earning. Keep earning their loyalty. Keep earning their trust. Keep earning their what? Revenue. All right? So that's service. Now, to serve with eyes is selling. What is sales? Sales is an act and an exchange with an expected outcome or results. I tell that again. What is sales? It is an act. It is an exchange with an expected result. And that's service. So do you see that there is sales inside of service? An act, the activities you have designed. An exchange, loyalty, trust, revenue. An expected result, the experience. Sales is in service. So when you serve with eyes, you sell. And someone will say, what is eyes, Coach Jenny? Serve. This. The ICE is the eyes on the serving. Now, when you are serving with integrity, the I is for integrity. The C is for what? Commitment. The E is for enthusiasm. When you serve with integrity, commitment, and enthusiasm, you are selling. That's how you sell. All right? Say to yourself, I will sell with the eyes. I would like to see that in the chat. I am determined to sell with the eyes. Quickly, how do you win at selling? Follow me, people. We have defined service, and we have said service is what? Series of activities designed to earn trust, loyalty, and customer resources. It is the resources that keeps your employer's business that sustains your employer's business. It is the resources that will pay you your salary. The loyalty is them advocating and keeping your employer's brand for as long as they can. Keep that brand. Because for every one customer, they speak to 26 more. If your service is good. I was selling with the eyes. I leverage service in selling. They got so used to me. I was their go-to guy. And the question that keeps coming is, what do you recommend? When customer sees you when they see you as the only guy, they ask for your recommendation. So if customers are not asking for your recommendation, you are not acing service just yet. But how do you stay winning at selling? I think a few moments ago, I said to you, you must sell purpose and not products. That's one way to stay winning. And how do you sell purpose? What is purpose? When you go before that team of management, you are not selling your product. You are not pitching your product to them. What you should be doing is pitch purpose. Why they need that product. Why your employer's product is the solution. You are not selling the features of the product. You are selling future. The first is sell purpose. The second is sell the future. And the third is sell longevity. Where is your employer? How intentional is your employer about your service to them for as long as how long? What is you can't sell without understanding your employer's business. Your employer's mission and vision statement is the first thing you should sell. That's the future. Some of us do not understand what our mission and a vision is. Where is your employer headed? What is the plan of your employer for all of their customers? Customers want to be able to align that. They don't like jumping ships. They want to be able to align that to what their own pain and how long you will serve that pain. Is there a future here for me? How long will this business be alive? What are the intentions of your employer in your R&D department, your research and development? What products? So you are selling the future. You are telling them, we are innovating for your sake. We are looking for more ways. One of my courses is going to be coming out on AI. We are in the era of AI and a lot of us are shying away from it. AI would not take your job, but AI will take the job of the one who does not incorporate AI into what they do. There is an era of cognitive laborer at the moment. Are you a cognitive laborer? Or are you a laborer who just want to earn one skill and sit on their asses and say, okay, I'm good with service. I'm a customer service rep, I am okay. I'm a sales rep, I am okay. No! You do both. To the customer, you are everything. So you need to arm yourself with a lot of knowledge. All right? So you must be able to sell. So stay winning. Please sell the future, sell the purpose, and sell longevity. Customers want to know that. That's how you stay winning. And do not drop your standard. See, every time, and that's why we started from the beginning, you must allow your values to be, those are standards you cannot compromise. And remember the ethics. I remember one of my MD's friend, he was my client, I was managing his portfolio, and he came to me, sent a message and said he wanted to pick up a check. Now, in finance, there are standards, all right? Someone is coming to pick up a check, that's okay. But again, there are laid down principles. You must come with an identity, you must come with a letter of authorization, you must come with all of that. And the driver came without one of them. And I sent him back. And the man was furious. And he said, oh, who is that Jennifer? And then who is Jennifer to hold back my check? And the man called my MD because it's my MD's friend. And my MD called, and my MD said to him, if Jennifer is holding your check, something is wrong. Understand your responsibilities. You will unlock your powers. You cannot do the reverse. You cannot want to be powerful without being knowledgeable and understanding your responsibility and discharging same. My MD called me and I told him what happened. The driver came with that form of identity. I can't give you the check. All right, so we must understand all of this and allow our values to shine through. When we sell, how do we sell? So there are ways we sell to diverse customers. There are ways we sell to different people. But I'm going to pick the very difficult ones, which are the diverse customers. We would learn the others later. How do you sell to a customer who is diverse? Now, first and foremost, the customer is that we'll look at that. Let's just touch on this. How do you upsell? Now, there is what we call the upsell, the resell, and the cross-sell. Some of you may know this. And like I say all the time, when you come for my training, I'm not teaching you anything new. You probably have heard all of this before. But it's about the practicality. How do you take it and run with it? That's my objective. And I hope I'm doing that. All right? So how do you upsell? When you upsell, you are enhancing an experience. So every time they call me on the phone and I say, Strategy and Arbitrage, my name is Jennifer Arode, how can I help? I am asking them, this product you want in the conversation, you want, sir, would you mind? I equally think you would want, because this would create this. So you are enhancing the experience of a product that has been agreed and purchased. All right? And a lot of eateries, they do this. So when you go buy a bucket of crispy chicken, they will tell you, oh, if you make it a meal, and they will tell you, make it a meal, you will enjoy it for an extra $1. For just £1 more, you would have all of this. You have 2 cups of two packs of rice. You have 1 liter of soda, you have that, you have that, you have that. Those are complete. They enhance the product. They add to the value of the experience, not necessarily reducing the value or not necessarily reducing the cost. And then if it's a good service if you're a good service representative or a good sales rep, you would know who to sell to. You can't upsell to everyone. All right, but hold that. Upsell is to what? Enhance an experience. All right, and upgrade, a premium value. Now, but what is a cross sell? This is a complementary product, not necessarily going to enhance the experience of the first one, but again to enhance your totality, the totality of your experience. So you are not enhancing the experience from the first product. Rather, you are completing the experience. And guess what brand does this? When you buy your first Apple phone, you're going to buy an AirPod. You are going to buy a MacBook. And when you have the experience of the AirPod, the MacBook, and the phone, there's synergy that happens, there's synchronization that happens, there is that you could send a file to your laptop without even a Bluetooth, just an AirDrop. You don't need to connect cables. The fact that you are logging into your laptop and the password you have on your phone reflects me, the ease it brings. And if you remember, the mission of Apple is luxury and what? Ease. So you see, it's a complementary. They cross-sell to you. At the end of the day, you have all of their products. You have a tab. You say, oh, the Mac is too heavy. Your MacBook is too heavy. And you buy the iPad. And you find out that the same experience. So it is a total of your experience. That's when you cross-sell. You must know who to give value to. As a sales representative, that is something you need to be able to define to say, who can I cross-sell to? Your customer classification becomes very important. Let's move forward. Now we have what we call the resale. A lot of times, some of us as sales representatives, we do not know when to resell. We do not know that the end of a sales journey is the beginning of another. So this is your ability to preempt what is the frequency, why, how often will this customer need this product. Preempt that and book that in. Customers want ease. All right? They want you to, this is confirmation to them that you understand them. You understand their need and you understand when it is needed. Preempt customer enough. And this also goes to understanding who customers are. When you preempt, you are able to understand customers. You can preempt their buying cycle. And then a resale can happen. Don't wait for the customer to call you to say, oh, do you guys have that? No, you put a call to the customer and say, I think you might be running out of your supplies. I have already packaged. The last time you bought 6 packets, do you want me to bring all 6 or you want 12? And they will tell you, oh, no, keep it at 6. Okay, let's have one more additional because the last one ran out very quick. Don't worry, I have that dispatch already to you. I know you will do the transfer. This is the transfer details. Preempt your customers. Now, but again, for you to be able to sell, upsell, cross-sell, you must understand who customers are. Let's take some class of customers first. Customers complexity. There are customers who are very complex. I am a complex customer. As humans, we are complex in nature. But who is a complex customer? There are 2 of them that we'll be looking at. An objecting customer is a complex customer. An aggrieved customer is a complex customer. Let's break this down. Who is an objecting customer? An objecting customer has not taken a decision just yet. These are people who have concerns over products. It could be your employer's product. It could be a competitor's product. All right. But they don't want to be beaten twice. They don't want a situation of the story, it's too good to be true anymore. So they come with doubts. They present to you an opportunity to redeem yourself, whether or not the experience is from you or your competitor. It is still you. You own it. Own that challenge and then make an opportunity out of that by serving them right. So they present to you an opportunity to redeem yourself. At this point in time, do not sell. This is not the point you sell. Please mute. Who is that? Please mute. Do not distract my class. Chizoba, please mute. At this point in time, do not sell. The customer is objecting. There are so many doubts. Oh, you all are the same. I bought the sale the other time. Now you're running sales. How am I sure your products are even better? Don't be defensive. Always know when an objection is coming. You have to listen and listen in three parts. Attentive to understand, attentive to hear, effective to understand, empathic to project. Captain, can you mute everybody? Empathic to project into the emotion. All three kinds of listening has to happen. This is when you begin to sense some traits of objection, and before they arise, try and deal with them. Right? But peradventure, you could not catch that in the conversation, and it has happened. You need to not be defensive. Don't be defensive. Listen to them. Document everything they say. Ask questions for clarity and lay down all of the options before them. Do not fall a victim of always choosing for customers. Don't choose for them. Rather, guide them towards the right path. And this is because you look out for their interest, not because you want to sell. When they know that every time you look out for their interest, they will ask you for recommendation, and then you can upsell, cross-sell, resell. All right? So it's important we understand the diverse nature of customers to be able to apply any of or all three kinds of selling to them. There is a transition. So when an objecting customer is before you, two things would happen. If you are good at what you do, it will transition into a happy customer. But if you are horrible at what you do, which I do not think that we are, it will transition into an aggrieved customer. So there's a transition, and the defining moment, it is how well you have served, how well you understood service, how well you understand customers, how well you have listened and used communication to your advantage to serving them. It will determine if they will transition into a happy customer or even an aggrieved customer, worse off than they came. For those of you who haven't gotten the book, get the book. The customer you had but never knew. That's the title of the book. The link should be in the chat. Now, what happens if the customer transition into an aggrieved customers? Your all hope is not lost yet. You can still redeem yourself. All right, so this is a customer who's already upset. They are not happy. All right, they are sad. They've been burnt. They've lost money. They've lost product. They are upset, angry. What happened in this situation is there are two things happening here. There is an emotional case, and then there's a situational case. If you make the error of addressing the situation first, you would lose that customer forever. Always address the emotional state first before attending to the situation with you, to the situational case with you. All right? So the customer is presenting true uniqueness. They've been burnt and they're all emotional. It is the emotion that is projecting as anger. You must deal with that. And there are ways to dealing with that. once you've addressed the emotional situation, it gives room for them to be vulnerable to you. And they will tell you how it hurts them and how you can help. All right. So I'd always address the emotional situation before the situational incident first. All right. There are 5 ways you can do this. And it's called the 5A approach. The first is apologize. Now, the first thing is will address the emotion. And then the last 2 is you attempting the situation, addressing the situation. So the first A is apologize. Oh, I am absolutely sorry. I am sincerely sorry. Please don't say my sincere apologies. Your sincere apology is not an apology because why? There is no soul in that conversation. The intonation is missing. The emotional part of the conversation is gone. When you say sincere apologies, it's almost sarcasm and is rude. You must personalize your apology. I am so sorry. I am sincerely sorry you're having to go through this. Please ensure your communication is changing from now henceforth. Once you apologize to them, you need to acknowledge, that's the second A. You must acknowledge their situation. Or whatever you are going through, you are absolutely right. If I were in your situation, I'd probably be worse off. So acknowledge their emotion, acknowledge the fact that they are right to be angry because of what happened. And that even if you were in that same situation, you probably don't handle it as well as they're handling it. You are speaking to their emotion. And then the third A is appreciate them. So this is you saying, thank you for coming back to us, to telling us this. I'm not just telling every brand out there or every customer or prospect out there how bad we've treated you. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to redeem ourselves. Appreciate them. And then the 2 last A is how you start addressing the situation. Once you have massaged the ego, you have spoken, you have projected into their emotion, they see how empathic you are. They seem like you're wearing their shoes. You can understand their pain. They'll be vulnerable to telling you how it is hurting them. And from the narration of how it is hurting them, you are thinking, what can I do? How do I solve the problem? Which of my employer's products can address this problem without another objection? And then the last A is to audit. So the fourth A is to act. You start acting. You go and get everyone in that organization to attend to you. It's something I do all the time. I bully all my colleagues. If a customer is upset and a customer is objecting, I bully everybody in the organization to attend to that customer. I will settle with them later. I became that powerful because I understood my work. All right? So you start acting. You act on the situation. Get the MD to sign the check. Get the MD to do something. Get your superior boss. Get your colleague to all act. Send out SOS. Press the buzzer. Okay? And then the last is to audit. Once they are happy and they're about to leave, you need to ask them, how is the service this time around? Once they have left, and if they are taking some time, you need to call and find out, follow up, test out, how is the product this time around? So the last A, you must audit your service and audit the experience the customer is having. Do all 5 A's and you will have that customer forever. They will tell their friends, oh my God, I thought I was upset. I thought I was going to rain down the brand. But there is this agent, there is this sales rep, there is this customer service rep. He is just so good. He understood me. He took my pain and ran with it. That's what you want to hear. All right? So always do that with customers. Try to understand what the A's are, how to appease very difficult customers because they will not write it on their forehead when they're coming to you. They won't send you heads up, I'm coming to break down the office. No, they just come. high emotional intelligence is there to guide you through the day. All right? Now, but how do you upsell to these people? You know that they're difficult. Something is going to, in the course of the observation, in the course of the objection, in the course of the angry state, you are acting, which is the A, the fourth A. How do you sell to them? How do you resell to them? Or how do you upsell to them? It takes a technique. But I will run through 5 techniques that I have here. First, try to understand, to know the customer from the conversation. Who is this customer? This is a diverse customer. Who is a diverse customer? A customer who is projecting behaviorals. Behaviorals are what the things that are happening inside of us, causing an emotion or reacting to a stimuli external. So customers are projecting their behaviorals on you. That's why they are diverse. That is the reason for all of the display you see. It is a display of emotion. It is a display of their behavioral. And remember, behavioral are things that are neck deep, but we can only see the peripheral. We can't really see what's going on underneath. All right? So the first is to understand, know the customer, know their age, know their region, their culture, their background. From your conversation, ask questions so you can open up the conversation. The second strategy is, before you upsell, decide to upsell, resell, or cross-sell, you must know the customer type. There are 4 types of customers. You have customers that are transactional, affiliation, affiliate customers. You have customers that are strategic. The fourth one, I can't remember. There are 4 types of customers. Now, those customers, you must know the person that is before you. What class of customer is, what type of customer is this? Knowing them will tell you how to say. For a transactional customer, for instance, they really don't care about your bullshit. They don't care about the things you do, your processes. They don't care. They just want to have that experience and they buzz off. So when you need them to bug off and bug back, you need them to come back. So you are telling yourself, what do I do to this customer? It will determine if it's a resell, a cross-sell, or an upsell. All right? For a transactional customer, you don't want to do a resell. Don't preempt them. Just create an experience for them and let the experience bring them back. All right? So either you're giving them a total experience or you're giving them an enhanced experience. So you must decide what you're selling, how you're selling. All right? You also need to know their behavioral pattern. Are they always upset? What is their trigger? You need to know that just so you are guided on how to sell. Then also, are these customers you can earn their trust? You need to be able to determine, can I earn their trust? And then the last one is, what is the customer preference? So by the time you know all 5 categories and technique, you would decide if it's an upsell, if it's a resell, or if it's a cross-sell. Resell will always happen in majority of customers except for transactional customers. All right? Now, there are situations that are beyond you. Hands up. There are situations that would be beyond you. And this is why you have line managers, you have managers in the office, you have senior colleagues in the office. There's an organogram. All right? So situations that are beyond you, please escalate them. But I know that there are people who escalate for the sake of escalating. There are people who would escalate just because they are lazy. They want to just get away from the customer. The customer is too hard, it's too harsh. And then they want to run away and you escalate. Don't do that. Now, when you escalate, it doesn't get you off the hook. When you escalate a situation, you must do a follow-up and give the customer feedback. Don't say, oh, I've sent it to the IT department and you leave it there. You must go back to say, oh, it's not been resolved. Or at the time the customer is coming to you to say, oh, it's been resolved. You say, okay, thank you. I'm happy. I am very happy this has been resolved for you. Now do this. Now have a total experience. You must be part of that conversation. Escalation, it doesn't mean you getting off the hook. Please, please, please get the book. Okay? I can't emphasize that enough. For some of you who want to work in international environment, at the moment, I have asked that you create your profile on the Ingenium app. If you haven't done that, the link should be in the chat. The link is on the Telegram group. If you are not in the Telegram chat room, not just the Telegram group, the chat room, you are missing a lot because there's a lot of support going on there. Without you creating an account in the app, you are not able to generate your certificate from this training you've gotten. Our certificates are recognized. It's in partnership with the. So take this seriously. All right? For those of you who have about 15 countries here, some of you are going to be creating network that would allow you work outside of your region at the moment, your country. We have 15 countries here across Africa, and we have likes from Canada, Turkey, UK, Finland, Italy. We have all of you here, 15 countries in this meeting. And in your cohort, you are lucky. The last cohort, we had 8 countries. And build relationship. You never know who would refer you to their boss. Don't keep quiet. Talk about your experience. Build an attractive and a recruitable profile on the app. Don't just put a caricature profile. I told you my story got me an endorsement with the US. And this is what you are benefiting of today. Our certificate is in partnership with them. All right? So it's important you understand it. So some of you will be working in global spaces. You must understand that there are culture shifts. And that's what we call culture shock absorbers. There's also what we call the greeting culture. Now, in that environment, there are some environments you go to, and a customer can say hi. And to some other region, that's very rude. A customer service rep or a sales rep can say hi to a customer in another region, and that can sound as rude. But in some other region, it is okay. And in some region, if you say hi or if you say good morning, they just look at you. What's good in the morning? So when you say good morning, they tell you hi. And then you go, why so rude? So you must understand there are culture shock as you transcend beyond regions and borders. Some of you want international job. You need to know this. All right. There are equally, the religious factor also need to be considered. There are some places you would work. You cannot just hug certain people. It is a taboo. Whereas in some region, you can hug. In some other region, you have to seek their consent. So can I give you a hug? Is it okay if I hug you? I'm a good hugger. Is it okay? You must seek their consent to be able to do that. All right? In some other region, you can't just use customer data. You must understand their privacy. All right? Appreciation as well. So there are some appreciations that will come as though you are invading their private space. You want to be careful. Okay? Good. Now, the big question is, all of you would all have been saying, how do you want to start your journey? What is your journey to exceptionalism? What is the journey ahead of you? Someone will say, but I do not know how to start. I need your guide. At this point, I will need that. I need your guide. Who do you want to become? Who do you want to become? At the beginning, I said, who do you want to become that you will be proud of? Do you want to be exceptional at what you do? Who do you aspire to become? Do you want to be a renowned CSR? Do you want to be a renowned sales representative? Do you want or do you aspire to be an expert? Please choose carefully your path. This is another deciding moment. Who you want to become will determine the journey and the path you will take in aligning what you wrote down earlier. Do you want to become a certified trainer? Do you want to become a voice in your industry? Do you want to become a global speaker? The 2 slides that came out now showed the 2 events. And Captain, please go back to slide. The event, when I was speaking to different people, at this event, I met this group of guys, these guys. And at that instant, they wanted me to represent their brand. It was a speaking engagement. I hadn't even spoken at the time, but I had conversations way before my session. And people wanted me to represent them. People wanted to hear more. Who do you want to become? Do you want to be the expert? Do you want to be the voice? Do you want to be a global speaker? Now, there is a journey ahead of you. You can either decide to say, okay, I am a beginner and I have the customer service, I need a foundation. For every customer service representative and every sales rep and every accountant and everyone that is here, if you do not have a solid foundation, you will struggle. All right? So there's a journey with us ahead of you here. You have the foundation. You have the ultimate sales course. Now, this is the course that tells you how to spin the winnings, how to spin the winning, the sales wheel. How do you spin the sales wheel to your favor? How do you stay winning? How do you understand the types of customers and how to sell to them? Now, there's a strategy to upsell. The ultimate sales course will design that for you. Now, you can say, oh, I have all of this knowledge. I want the advanced level of the ladder. Now, in the advanced course, what do you learn? You learn customer relationship development and relationship management. These are two different things. Some of us know how to develop, but we can't keep relationship. And then you have what we call the professional. Do you want to be the expert? And someone will say, oh, Coach Jenny, I have 8 years and above in the service industry, in the sales industry. I want to be an expert. I want to be confer the CCSP. If you are that person, let us know. Someone will say, I have all of this, but my career is still not visible. There is a career visibility course for you, where you can brand yourself as an expert and you attract the kind of people that you want, the kind of endorsement you want. And someone will say, I want to be an expert, I want to be a trainer, I want to be a global speaker. Now, there's a mentorship program for that. Okay? Now, we have, in this cohort, we are offering you 2 distinct courses. The first is the Customer Service Foundation course, where you get into the foundation, you understand service breakdown, how to go about, how to manage service breakdown before customers, how to understand a bereaved customer, how do you handle a bereaved customer. It's a whole lot. How do you activate your level of empathy and how do you sympathize? All right? So you have the Customer Foundation course. This is about 3 modules, 8 lessons, and a lot of tools and tasks to help you build the foundation, understanding your personality, taking a personality test and understanding what that means and incorporating that into service. All right? That is going for a discount for your cohort in this course, in this class. It is going for 15,000. The link is in the chat at the moment for those who would want me to train them on how to build a foundation that they can leverage and sell with. Please, the link for the foundation course is up. You can equally say, I want both of them. It is your choice. You decide if you want to have the 2 skill or 1 skill. And then the sales course is, this is how you understand the foundation of selling. How do you understand this? How do you spin the wheel of sale? How do you unveil selling to clients? What are the tools and technique you will require? All of this is dealt with. I have broken them down. And the course is going for 15,000 naira as well for your cohorts. Now, this course is only going to last for this price is only going to last for 72 hours. This same time on Monday, it will revert back to the original price. And the original price for each of them is 50,000 naira. All right, so you do yourself well and take this. For those of you who decided at the beginning what they want to be, I am ready to hold your hand through the journey to where you want to become, to who you want to become. So who you are towards who you want to become. All right, this is going to last till for 72 hours and it is going to end on Monday same time. All right, on Monday same time. Now there is more. Of course, we've told you about the Ingenium app. For those of you who want to increase your network, how can you sell without growing your networks? And this platform presents you the opportunity to have opportunity to grow yourself, create network network with others, have your possibility of being recruited by recruiters because there are going to be recruiters on the platform. All right, and equally your certificate is equally waiting for you after the training come Monday. Okay, Monday at best. Now, what is the dynamic of this training? Someone said, oh, but I don't have time to take the training. Well, the link you are currently in the chat box, use the link, buy your course now. What would 15,000 do? Would that cost you a lot to change your destiny, to change your experience, to own be in control of who you want to become? Today, I am a global speaker. I said to those of you in Kenya, I'll see you at the event come on the 15th of May. And for those of you in South Africa, is on the 29th to on the 6th of June, I think, is a long program. All right, so I'll be seeing you there. I am a global speaker, but it started from that house. And it took the journey of knowledge. Should you want to understand all of this, I would encourage you to invest a token for the sake of the life you would like to live, the life that you wrote down earlier. All right, so the training is self-paced, it's online, it's on the academy. We have an academy. We'll create your student portal. You would learn, you would have support, you would have me and the team available to support you throughout your journey. For questions, all of that certificate will be issued. All of our certificates, they have, for our courses, they have unique numbers. They are verifiable, so anyone can bring them to us, and your unique number is your unique number. Now, with your certificates that you take from all of these courses on the app, you get a badge. So every global recruiter sees the badge and understands the level of training you've gotten. All right, so please take this opportunity and make the right investment. Now, thank you, Captain. This is time for Q&A. I have been talking. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me. It is time for questions and answer. I would like to take all of your questions now because I know you've been writing down so many questions. But if you think that the session has been amazing, please, I would like to see the clap of hand on your screen. Captain, take this off. Let me see my participant. All right, I'd like to see your show of hand. I'd like to see you clapping on the screen at the moment. If you think it's been exciting, in the chat on the screen, I'd like to see all of that. Captain, please show me the chat box. Show me the chat box. I'd like to see all of that at the moment. All right, if you think it's amazing, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I am really, really happy to see all of your messages. Thank you. Do not lose sight of the fact that you have to buy the course now. Do not wait until we max out. All right, if I sell to a certain level, I will say no, it's enough because there's so much I can mentor at a time. All right, so please take advantage. Do not wait till Monday. Thank you for all of the applause. I am really, really grateful. All right, thank you so much. Now let's take some questions and answer. Can we? For those of you who haven't bought the book, buy the book. Buy the book. You won't get the price after now. The price is for now. All right, the discount is for now. You won't get that price after now. After now, the price, I think, is about 10,000. It's actually on Amazon for £30. All right, it's on Amazon for £13. If you do the conversion, you will know you are getting it at almost free in this training. Do we have questions? Babe? The chair?
Eunice, can you help us with the questions from the chat? At this point, I would like you to unmute and read our questions to me, please. No, he's muted. The whole thing is. Please, I need to know the view, how it looks. Oh, God. Is it too low? Is it okay? Is it okay? Or too low? Too high? Do we have questions?
Okay. Someone just asked, Olamide just asked, are there beginner courses for those aspiring to be a public speaker or human resource professional?
So for human resources, we do not have a course for human resources. But again, I think that you need to understand, you need to take the advanced course. If you are a professional and you have been doing HR for a minimum of 5 years, you need to take the advanced course. The advanced course allow you to understand where your employees are coming from. It's about relationship, because really the relationship that should exist between employees and their stakeholders should be that of a partnership. All right. And I also understand how that relationship help the team to peak performance. So you might want to start the advanced course. Now that course would take you through the journey of understanding relationship development and management. All right, because as a HRO, these employees are your customers. So you need to understand them. Now there's going to be a program like this, a free program like this for all HROs. We need to understand their thought and get into the psychography of employees so we can understand how to get the best out of them. So you can have that. Now you can equally join the waiting list for our mentorship program for global speakers, those who want to become HRO speakers, trainers as well. All right, but I must tell you, it's not cheap. Yes, because I'm going to be taking 10 people per time per cohort. It can't be for everyone. All right, the waiting list can be as long as 100. So it's going to really be the selected few who would want to understand global speaking, the journey towards global speaking, the journey towards becoming a certified trainer. All right, so stick with us, ensure you're following us on all platforms and you are in the Telegram group for your cohorts. Okay. Hello, Eunice. Any further question?
Okay. Another question from Tobiloba Bakari. How can someone that has been into teaching change to CRM? I'm guessing that's CSR.
Oh, yes. Absolutely, irrespective of the background you have. I always say that everyone should understand customer service. Even the accountants, the HRO need to understand customer service, because that's how you get, but whatever you do, contribute to the experience of the customers. All right. And that's when employees are coming to you, your sales rep and service rep are coming to you, you can understand from a place of knowing. Okay, so whether you are a teacher, you are a principal, or a school owner, the last cohort we have religious leaders coming for the training, right, and taking the foundation course. So as a teacher, you might want to start with the foundation course and progress like that. Okay, if you need to also understand selling, then you can take the ultimate sales course alongside. So you can have both, so you take advantage of the discount now, or take one and buy the other at the original price. Okay.
And another question from Timmy Chuk says, does the course contain CRM tools to help someone work remotely as a customer service representative?
Absolutely. So you need to take, for someone who wants to work remote, you need to take if you've done a minimum of 4 years in customer service, you can take the advanced course on its own, right? And if you less than 4 years, you need to take the foundation course and take the advanced course. Now, the CRM are dealt in the advanced course. The CRM tools and techniques are dealt, and softwares are dealt in the advanced course. All right? Any further question?
Okay, a question from Ojatula Samuel says, is there a conflict management course?
Conflict management resolution is in the foundation course. So you have what we call service breakdown. All right. And then we have, there are different conflicts management. Now, there is a course that dwells on change management, and that's the professional course. So if you've done 8 years in service, you can avoid the advanced and the foundation course and take the professional course. In the professional course, you have change management, you have planning, and then you have conflict resolution in that. Now, that I must tell you, the professional course, you need to take your exam is straight from the US. All right, so should you want that course, let us know in the Telegram group, and we can guide you through how you can become a certified professional, because you've dealt with those subjects in depth. Okay, so there is a course for that.
Okay, Olamide George is asking, I think you've answered this. Do the courses contain contents for utilizing CRM tools?
Yes. If you take the foundation or the advanced course, or the foundation and advanced, all right, you would have all of these tools discussed. Also, in the ultimate sales course, we also talk about some techniques, some tools that you could use, sales tools. So some of the CRM are equally discussed there, but in depth is discussed in the advanced course. All right.
Okay. Ogunleke.
Any question from YouTube? Any question from YouTube and other platforms? Or go ahead.
Okay. Ogunleke Olayinka is asking, can you train me to be a global speaker irrespective of my profession?
Absolutely. Yes. So if you're interested, you need to join the waiting list. But again, for you to be exceptional at any profession, you need to understand how to sell. Even in speaking, you must be able to transmit all of service via your speech. All right, and it's very important. So I would always say it's going to be a requirement. It's going to be a requirement. If you don't have a foundation in service, I would like you to probably take that now, pending when that course will start. You don't have to take all levels. You can take the foundation course. It's just for a period of 4 weeks. All right, and you can breeze through the course. And that prepares you for all of what I will teach you to becoming a global speaker. There are character, there are charisma, there is a courage, there's a stoicism you need to have for people to listen to you when you speak. And there are techniques as well. All right?
Okay, we have some questions from YouTube. Patience Ibata is asking, you said there are different levels of training. For example, I want to be a certified trainer. What training do I need? Is there an advanced customer service course aside the promo course?
Yes, so you have, to become a trainer, you must have gone through all 3 levels. All right? You must have gone through the foundation, you must have gone through the advanced, you must have gone through the professional. So you must be certified a professional before you can become a trainer. Because for you to become a trainer, it means that you are the custodian of knowledge. All right, and there is a way I train. For you to understand how I train and train in the fashion I do, there are certain predetermined paths. So yes, you can become a certified trainer. I can actually give you that certification. I can certify you, and it will carry the US. It will be in partnership with the US, but you must have been conferred a professional. So you must have taken that exam and you must have passed that exam.
Okay, Nkechi Blessing on YouTube is asking, hello, beautiful Coach Jenny. Please, how can I enhance my communication skill, being fluent in communication with good intonation?
Absolutely. So I would recommend that you take take the foundation course, the customer service foundation course. It will help you, right? To help you, it will help your confidence. You would know how. See, because how to communicate is really knowing your customers. If you know and understand your customer, you are able to communicate with them effectively. All right. So, for example, I could remember a particular topic on bereaved customers. How do you speak to someone who is bereaved? How do you communicate to such a person? Is dealt in that course. So the foundation course is really, really important, guys. Let's go take it.
Okay, another question.
I think the links for the courses should be in the chat and in the Telegram group. Let's put it out there for people to take advantage of it. I am counting, and once I get a number, I think I might want to reduce, because it's not about the quantity of people, it's about the quality of people we put out there. Right? So size also becomes a problem. Right, go ahead.
Nalari on YouTube is also asking, can I do a CSR job as a side hustle?
Absolutely. You can. As you are here in one region, you can be a customer service rep remotely in another region. But have you equipped yourself? Do you understand the cross-border shockers that comes in? All right. So you need to know that. You need to arm yourself. You need to understand the customer service tools that are available to you. All right, because you're working remotely, so it's between you, your computer, and your employer's digital platform and service platform. So you need to understand some of these tools. So I would recommend for you to have it as a side hustle. Again, you can plan your timing. If, for instance, you're working in the US and you are in Africa or some part of Nigeria or the region, the time difference allow you for proper planning to pick up side hustles. So yes, you can do that. It depends on the shift system you're running. So what is your main hustle? What is the time available for the side hustle? And which employer would adopt that? You can work with to have that. So yes, I would recommend you take the foundation and the advanced course for those of you who be working remotely. All right.
Okay, we're back to Zoom. Julius is asking, he says, thank you for the well-presented training.
Oh, thank you so much.
How do you cope with an organization where it seems like the customers are not totally valued and the staffs are not freely allowed to deliver as a customer service person?
So you need to, irrespective of the situation, you need to, I think for the person asking the question, please go and read my story. It's in detail. I think the story out there is in detail. You need to understand that your service is to an employer and to your customers, all right? So sometimes some of the policies that our employers have, they don't allow for productivity. And this is why we say, I always encourage people, refer me to your HR. We need to come train them, do a gap analysis. Now that gap analysis allow for me to tell your HR the problem with the organization and why staff are not performing. Now they don't value customers and they don't value employees, because employers usually don't value employees. I told you my story. All right, so I understand where you're coming from. But again, you, irrespective of the situation, serve customers. When they see the contribution from customers, they would sit up. All right, and there is something that is already in Nigeria. We're bringing it to other African countries. The index, customer service index. If your customers are not happy, they should take to the index and rate the brand. By the time they see the report published and your employer's brand is up there as a brand that does not care for customers, they will sit up. All right. But for you, you need to understand how to serve customers and use that, leverage that to reveal your worth. Okay. If all of your customer service team, if they are in this training, kudos. If not, encourage them to take the foundation or the advanced course or both, and you can change the situation, change how you are perceived. All right.
Manasseh is asking, what is the difference between a customer care agent and a customer service representative? That's if they have any difference.
As far as I'm concerned, they're the same thing. One is an agent, so it depends on nomenclature. All right. Some organizations will call you advisors. Some will call you So there are, it depends on nomenclatures and the region and your employer. So some will call you tele-sales agent. They have different names. But the most important thing is you need to know is you are a service agent. Some will actually even call you onboarding advisors, customer onboarding advisors. All right. You are equally a service agent. You're equally a sales agent. You're equally a customer service agent. All right. At the moment, a lot of employees are geared towards cognitive laborers. So the laborers whose capacity can accommodate more skills than just having one skill. So you might want to train up yourself to be more. If you are a customer service sales representative here, go take up the sales course. If you haven't taken any training from me at all, please take up the foundation and the sales course. Now, if you are a sales representative, make sure you take one service, a customer service course and the sales course. You would thank me later for them. All right?
Okay. Hagios is asking, I desire to be a CSR professional and a global speaker. I believe I'm a natural and would excel at this. But how do I get on a structured path to attain this?
So first, I don't know how many years you've done in that, and I like the fact that you say you are a natural. But I would like that first, before you become an expert, before you become, did you say a trainer? What was the question?
A CSR professional and a global speaker.
Good. For you to be a professional, you must be certified. So your acronym CCSP must be part of your name. All right, no, or else no one will take you seriously. They want to know, a lot of people want to know who is speaking to them. For me, I read out my bio and I told you all of the accomplishment I've had. In fact, that's actually not all, but I can't put all out there. All right, it's just a long list. Okay, but you must be a CCSP holder. Now, once you are a CCSP holder, you are on the path to becoming a trainer. So all you need to do is have the CCSP certification and sign up for Train the Trainer program. Like I said, that my Train the Trainer program is going to come up in partnership with the US, and my waiting list is going to be out real quick. For the very selected fee. It's going to be a rigorous selection process because I am very intentional who I'll be giving my attention to. All right. So that you can, once you have that CCSC status by taking the professional course, then you can sign up for the training trainer program. And there you are on, where I'll be giving you all of the guides you need, the templates you would require, the techniques you would require, and again, leveraging on network to having your first speaking event. Maybe you go with me to one of the events, I don't know. Okay, or one of a training event, or be an associate trainer with me. It depends. Okay.
Aruchi Londa on YouTube is asking, I have been doing sales all my life, but the targets are beginning to make me lose the love for sales. Can I totally switch to customer service and become outstanding? What course can I take?
All right, take the ultimate sales course. You will understand it differently. And this is why I said you're going it the wrong way. It's why you are frustrated, why you're burning out. It's why it seems as though the target is. I didn't have any issues with that target. I could remember doing back in the day before 2010, I think 2019, 2009. Also, I did a transaction of over 17 million. I wasn't in sales. I was just leveraging service. So please take the ultimate sales course. You understand, I have poured out my heart in there. You understand what it means to sell. And you will sell differently going forward. All right? How many more questions can we take?
We can take 2 more.
2 more questions?
Yes.
Okay. So let's have 2 more questions. Right?
Okay.
Babe, what is it that you
Jata
said?
is asking, as an entrepreneur
What?
who is also a beginner on the journey to build his or her brand, what's the most advised course to take to achieve this desire?
I am happy you're here. We've had a lot of entrepreneurs who join the training. I can remember somebody came to my business session and said, my business clinic for entrepreneurs, and said, what did you say to my team? All right. So I am happy you're here, because most of the times we have to lead as leaders from a place of knowing. Okay. So I would say, as a business owner, you need to be able to take the either you take the advanced course or the foundation. Even the foundation would help you, all right, to understand the view of employees, to understand, you know what, take the advanced course. You understand the view of employees, the view of customers, and how your processes can impact performance. So either it's going to impact it negatively or positively. So I would advise that you take the advanced course as the entrepreneur, so you are well-rounded. All right. You don't have to be a certified professional in customer service. You don't need that. You only need the value, the knowledge to impact your brand. So why not do that? And if you have customer service team, even if it's one person, send them for the foundation course and you'll be okay. All right.
Okay, the last question is coming from YouTube. Stephanie Oguchi is asking, how do I get to work remotely as a CSR who they only accept workers from certain locations and not Nigeria?
All right. So first and foremost is, are you eligible to work in the region you want to work in? All right. And for all of you who want to have cross-border jobs, cross-border jobs, you need to be able to arm yourself with the right tools. So the advanced course is very ideal for you, and so not just the advanced course. The CCSP professional course is equally recommended, because right there you'll be talking about ethics, diversity, equality, all of this cultural shock you would experience. And then the advanced course would arm you with all of the tools, the CRM tools and technique that you will need, and relationship development and management. So it's important. All right, you need to track your ways towards where you're headed. It's always a journey. So you need to climb those ladder, equip yourself right, and then those you will attract those what's it called? You will attract the right employers to yourself. So you need to brand yourself right. Okay? And the status. All right? Is that all of the questions we have?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. I think at this point in time, is to take feedback from all of you. How has the training been? Please let us know in the chat box. What more would you like to see? Of course, you can't say you need more. All right, but let me know if you need more. But how has the training been? How has your facilitator been? How has the whole experience been for you? What decisions have you taken? Please share with us in the chat box and let's have that conversation. All right, but do not lose sight of the promo that you currently have. Invest, make the right investment, and be thankful for today, for deciding to be part of for changing your success story, for taking into account your destiny, for taking control of your destiny, like I did some 20 years ago when I decided my work was going to show my worth. All right, and I started working from answer to question. All right, thank you so much. Eunice, please, if you want to read out some of the feedback, please read out some of the feedback, just so I don't strain myself even further. Okay, taking these feedbacks.
Okay.
Does anyone want to, sorry, exceptional Eunice, does anyone want to unmute to give a feedback? You want to unmute to give, or turn on your video. You have to turn on your video, unmute, and give your feedback. Does anyone here? If you want that, please let me see a show of hand. If I see a show of hand, you unmute and we'll allow you to speak. So, Eunice, while we're waiting for that, please go ahead with some of the feedback. All right, the first person was saying there.
Sarah Israel says, very informative and amazing. Alarm Femi Toby says, an eye-opening class.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Tolu Royalty says, training is exceptionally informative.
Thank you. Happy.
Hassan Rufiat says, insightful. Wow. amazing, and I learned a lot. I love your composure and the way you speak,
thank
your
you.
intonation.
Thank you. Thank you so
Olamide
much.
says, very informative.
Thank you.
Temi, educative.
Oh,
Joy
wow.
Williams, amazing training.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Facilitator is top notch.
Thank you.
Noah says,
Thank
beyond
you.
expectation,
Oh, wow.
excellent.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ojatula says, the training is impactful. I love your composition while
Wow.
training.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Solu says, Coach Jenny did an amazing job.
Oh, wow.
Rebecca says, it was really informative, interesting, and enlightening.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, I think so. Exceptional, Eunice. I think we have some person's hand up. I saw Hassan Rofayat before.
Okay.
She's still here, but I can't see her again. Maybe the slide has moved. Oh, I saw a show of hand earlier. All right, I can see. Oh, she's back. Okay, so I can see. So we have 3 people, Eunice. I don't know if you can see them. We have Olola Day, we have Hassan, and then we have Manasseh. So you take all 3, but let's go with Rofayat Hassan. I think she did first. I saw her first. Rofayat, if you can unmute and then turn on your video, let's have a shout out to her. And let's pin her to the screen as well. Captain, if you can see her, let's pin her. You need to turn on your video, please. Hello. Hello, nice to have you here. Oh, you're so beautiful. Nice to have you.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Yes, ma. I really enjoyed the session. Seriously, I have another program to attend to 4, 5 o'clock. But I don't know what happened. I just stayed glued to the program.
Oh my God.
I even left the other program I have. I don't know. I was just glued because everything was done. I was just everything, the way you talk, your charisma, your composure,
Oh, thank you.
Everything, the same about the program. It was really interesting, insightful, and amazing.
Thank
I don't
you.
know. This one is just for people. Let's not register for the promo sponsor. That would be very
Oh wow. The promo course is for 4 weeks and you would have a swell time. I can tell you for free. You will have so much. People get very excited. They come to the group and they share their light bulb moments from each lesson. They go, wow, this is what I learned. This is what I learned. This is different, you know. So the training, please. I can't even speak so much.
My book was very good. I jotted so many things on my book.
Oh my God.
I'll just take it. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So much. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your feedback, Rufayat. I'm blessed to have you in class. All right, let's take the next person. Can we unmute her, unpin her?
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Please, can you turn on your video?
I won't be able to do that apparently where I can't.
Okay, it's fine. Please go ahead, Emerald.
Okay, I'm okay. Yeah, thank you for the wonderful information first.
Thank you.
One thing is for you to want to dish out what you have today to people so that they can learn, so that they can be good, so they can be a better person, they can be useful for their job. Yeah, I want to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
I have learned a lot of things. And I've learned some different things because I work as a customer care representative in my organization. I was moved from sales department to telesales. Later, just 3 months in the organization, I was made the head of the department because of the way customers reviews and everything. I've taken a lot of customer service courses, diploma courses, and I think it's actually helped. So when I saw this one on Instagram, I was like, oh, wow, this is what I've always loved to do. Let me be part of it. And there was no regret being part of it.
Thank you.
There was no regret.
Thank you.
And I want to say you should continue the good work you are doing.
Thank you.
It's not now. It's not now that it might not be you now. It might be your children that they will start reaping it. Thank you, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Amira. That was really thoughtful. Thank you so much for that feedback. I'm really, really glad that you're in class today, and I'm happy to hear how well you're doing at your place of work. Please keep up the good work and do not relent. All right, let's have Olala Day. Olola Day, I'm sorry. Olola Day, please unmute and speak. And if you can turn on your video, I would like to see you have your video as well. Olola Day, if you're here.
Hi, good evening.
Hello.
I would like to say, okay, I'm kind of shy. Even though I found out the video.
All right, go ahead.
But honestly, the class has been an insightful one because trust me, I've been wanting to work. I've actually worked as a customer relation officer, and ever since I worked my office, I've been wanting to work more. And when I came across this training on LinkedIn, I was like, wow, this is sign that okay, that's edging into this world. And I was like, I don't know. When I joined the group on Telegram, I was having second thoughts that okay, what if, and I just don't know. Like this evening, before we started the live, I don't know, something that just popped up, and I just started seeing notification. I was like, I didn't just join this thing, and before I opened Telegram, did whatever it is I needed to do, and when I joined the class, honestly, huge. From your composure, your manner of approach, everything, the way you handled everything. God.
Thank you.
I'm literally putting myself in your shoes already.
I want you to become a trainer as well. So if you want to become a trainer, why not? Get on the journey. Thank you so much, Lalade, for that feedback. I am blessed to have that feedback from you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's have Manasseh. I hope I got that correctly. Let's have Manasseh. Please, if you can turn on your video. Yay! Good to see you. Good to see you. Good evening. Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining you from Abuja, Nigeria.
Okay, good. Good to have you. I hope Abuja is not so... It's peaceful. Hope it's peaceful.
It's peaceful, but it's more like we are living in fire because of
it can be very hot. All right, what do you have for us?
Exactly. I really want to appreciate you for this opportunity.
Thank
first
you.
of all, that you made it free.
Thank
this
you.
Is because many persons would have paid maybe 50,000 or 100,000 for.
Oh my God.
I was supposed to be in the last cohort, but I've had several trainings. I've had several customer care trainings, public speaking trainings, and I wasn't really satisfied. So the last cohort, I was like, maybe it's just one of those. So I know.
Yeah.
But this one, the emails kept coming in, and I was like, let me give it a try. I was actually in the Teams program in my church, and it was 4:36 or thereabouts. And I was like, I'm supposed to have a course at 4 p.m. So I logged in, and when I started hearing, it's like, I didn't gain weight physically, but it's more of a knowledge weight. So I'm healthy at the moment.
I'm happy to hear that.
I can't really wait to register for the courses. I might not be financially able to register for the advanced ones, but with time, I really want to.
Oh my God, we are always here. We'll always be here to help you through your journey once you're ready. We're here for a long time. We're not going anywhere. All right? It's about the future. Yes, it's about the future. Thank you so much for sharing. Really grateful to hear that from you. I'm blessed to have you here. Thank you. All right. Have we got anyone more? Okay. So that's it. Exceptional Eunice, do we have anyone at your end? Do you want to give one more person? Oh, we have Olorunfemi. I think Toby, you'll be the last one we will take. Let's hear it for Toby. Toby Samuel Olorufemi. I'm sorry if I did not call your name rightly.
Don't worry, you pronounced it well.
Thank you.
Toby Olorunfemi.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
so thank you so much for this class. Even though I joined late because I was very busy, so I joined late. But the few hours, like maybe 1 hour 30 minutes I joined, that's been like I don't know, I don't have words for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is like the class I've been looking for this kind of class. I've not seen. I actually joined a fintech like December last year. That would be the first customer service job that we have.
Yeah.
It's like a remote side hustle kind of thing.
Okay.
And I no experience at all. It's just about self-development and multitasking. But I'll be looking forward to like a course that as my field and career. So this is for me, and I really want to commend you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. For anyone, I'm happy to hear that feedback. Thank you for sharing that with me. Please develop self to be exceptional at what you do. Irrespective of where you find yourself, whatever industry. I have gone across different industries, and I have all-round experience. With you is what you would reverence for. Right? So if you keep taking anything, this training, please, and I beg you with all that I have, go and take the foundation course. It is more than a foundation. It is going to change your perspective. It is going to transform a lot of things around you. If you think that 2 hours is doing this much for you, how about spending 4 weeks with me? Think about that, and then think about that vis-a-vis the investment. All right. So thank you so much, Olorunfemi, for sharing that with me. I am grateful. Exceptional. Eunice, I think at this point I will hand it over to you to give the wrap for the day, I think. And I think you guys will want me to go and rest. My voice is gone already. But I'll see all of you in the Telegram group. If you haven't joined, that's where you need to join. If you want more information, if you want to ask more questions, in the Telegram group, we are there 247 to give you live support. It might not be 247 in 24 hours because we need to sleep too. All right. But again, we would be up there as late as possible to give you all of the support. The technical team, they are there with people who are having issues with the app and creating the app. Ensure you create your profile the whole between now and Sunday. By Monday, the certificate should be available for you to download, and you'll be proud of what you would have. All right, create your beautiful profile for every one of you. This is a platform for Africa. All right, so everyone is seeing what you're doing, and not just Africa, part of Europe as well. So everybody is seeing everybody. Create relationship. Don't be quiet. Support people in the community. That's how you get to be known. And then build relationship. If you don't know how to build relationship, go and take the advanced course. All right. Until we see you again, please, Eunice, if you can help me here to do the closing remark. But thank you everyone for spending your time with me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and with that, we have come to the end of the third international edition of the biggest customer service training in Africa. Please put your hands together for yourselves for being a part of this impactful, well-packed training. Put your hands together for yourselves for being part of this training, the Ignite Sales Through Service. Thank you for being here. I hope you've learned a lot because I did. We thank Coach Jenny for this training. It was very insightful. Thank you all so much for taking out this time to be here. It means a lot for you to still be here at this point in time. Thank you. Well done to you all. Okay, we would like to stay in touch with you. So please make sure you're following all our social media pages. We have accounts on Instagram, we have on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, even on TikTok. The links will be in the comment section. Please make sure you copy the link before this training comes to an end so that you follow our social media handles. Okay, a lot of information are going to be there. We post a lot of content, educational and interactive, informative content.